Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live.
The topic this week was how to just relate with the simplicity of paying attention. And I am pretty much aware that most of you are so familiar with this practice for years. But it's accurate for me to come back to the basic and the simplicity of what paying attention gives rise to. I find that in this time of the year, um, except if you're in places where summer is on, it can be very pretty challenging with the grayness, the shortness of days, and lack of light, and yeah, everything in nature seems to slow down and to slowly go to sleep or die. We all know that it can be a pretty challenging time of the year. And because of this, I thought that just going back to the basic of attention and, just connect with the sense of care that comes out of it. Um, was really, yeah, something that might bring something to our practice. And this morning I would like more to orient the meditation, the guided meditation to the generosity aspect that comes along every time attention is placed to this present moment. Mm. Mm. And it's really for us an inquiry, really an inquiry about how do I understand generosity, in my everyday life, but how do I experience generosity in practice, in contemplative practice? What does it mean? And for me, mm, when paying attention, how does this connect with a sense of generosity? Do we understand, do we experience generosity as a relational practice? As yesterday I was talking about maybe caring is about relating. When we relate, we care. But when we relate, is there also a component of generosity in that movement of relating to what's here in the present moment, to what is experienced here? And when there is this movement of relating to it, very simply relating to the sensation of sitting here, the sensation of the breath coming in and out. How, what is generous in that attitude? So really, we're going to explore this right now. So really find the best suitable spot for you now. Making yourself at ease and comfortable. Whether you're starting your day, maybe, or maybe you're ending it. Just reminding oneself that it's just about now. It's all about now. Allowing, inviting awareness to land here. Where naturally awareness wants to go. Maybe to the contact of the feet with the floor, the contact of the buttocks with the chair, with the sofa, the bed. Supporting that understanding that we have arrived here, now, in this moment. And pick up what's the most appropriate for you this morning. Pausing on the rhythm of the breath, pausing on other physical sensation, on hearing sounds. Just pausing there, stopping. And if you feel inclined, if this makes any sense to you, this is something that feels right to pay closer attention to this morning. Just whatever is your object of anchor. Just maybe this sense of inquiry about what this moment has to say about generosity. And it's not about going to thinking about it. It's more about in this experience that is unfolding in the stream of this mind. If something feels like generous, abundant, says something about giving, receiving. You just raise the question and allow yourself not to know. Placing attention in a receptive posture. what does this movement of paying attention has to do with abundance, generosity, giving and taking, maybe? And really invite yourself to not know the answer to that question. Be more inclined and curious toward a deeper sense of questioning toward that conditions the experience within. No need to place too much effort on that questioning, on that inquiry. It's possible to go back to the breath, physical sensations, and hearing sounds. And a few times raising the question. You're just noticing when there is this movement of paying attention. Is it a moment? Is it a movement where something tries to be taken? Or is it an attention that is more receptive, trying to get anything out of this moment? And just notice, when you find yourself in one posture or the other. It's not about discriminating, it's not about changing, it's really about investigating the nature of generosity and what shape it may take, the way this moment is experienced. as its own pace, its own rhythm. Attention lands maybe into the breath, into sounds, into no specific object. Mm. There is this sense of being more open, grounded, maybe. Sometimes even very quickly, this sense of me, managing this moment, the frontier, the borders of this body, the border of me, I, becomes more blur, maybe not so well defined. In this movement of paying attention, is it experienced as if something or someone, what it doesn't really matter how you want to name it, it's really about experiencing it. But when giving attention to this very moment, paying attention to this single breath, this single hearing, this single sensation or image, is there a sense of giving oneself to this moment that can be sensed? Every time attention relates to what's here right now, is this movement is experienced as a giving, as an offering. In other words, every time attention is present to what's happening, is there anything that is emptying at the same time? The more I give myself to this moment, is there a sense of emptying myself, emptying from this sense of self that tries to always control, manage? And when we give oneself to this moment, at the same time, we place a part of ourselves to receptive internal posture. And what may become very obvious in this moment is how giving can't be separated from receiving. They're two sides of the same coin. And noticing, if you wish, what this internal posture of generosity brings to this moment. Does it fill this space with a deeper sense of connection? Does it bring joy? And don't try to seek for these things. They just example. Trust your own process, trust your own capacity to know. The most important is what is experienced right here, right now, in the intimacy of this being. Is this posture, internal posture, inclines naturally the mind to gratitude or to open to a deeper sense of what's beautiful, how beautiful, just a single breath, a single tingling in the ring. Cultivating and trusting this way of relating to this moment. experiencing this moment as an act of generosity towards life, towards oneself. How this attitude can help to disentangle from everything that is constructed in the reality of this moment, made out of our certitudes or beliefs and opinions and ideas, strong thoughts, this strong tendency to define oneself through thinking, through emotional, cultivating over and over again this caring attention and generous posture towards life and towards oneself. Knowing, recognizing that in this posture of giving, in this posture of emptying oneself, receiving, fully receiving, is at play at the same time. Really getting familiar to what this posture of generosity, this attention filled with generosity, gives rise to. Connecting with the abundance of life. In this moment, in this flow, flux of birth and death. This generous attitude help us to reveal and veil the reality that both are necessary. practicing generosity as a way to learn to relate deeper with what's here below the surface, in the vividness, in the aliveness, the richness of this single moment in time and space. This single point of attention, of awareness, of consciousness. Generosity at the heart of it. Attention as a way to care, as a way to relate, to embrace beyond our tendencies to pick up and choose, to discriminate beyond our like or dislike, a generous giving to life, a receptive openness in this embrace. Remembering that generosity is always, always related to something else. It has to be related in order to exist. And if it feels right for you, to end, that's it. Is there anything with your intention you would like to offer to this moment or to somebody else, a dear one? Maybe simply just saying mentally, may you be happy, or make the wish that you're happy and peaceful. make the wish to cultivate more generosity in my life, generosity for oneself, maybe. Into real practice. You're really taking the time to open the eyes and stretching the body if needed, and staying connected with what's here as the body moves. And just really inviting this inquiry to accompany your day, or maybe this week, no matter how. This simple act, this simple movement, or paying attention as to say about generosity, about abundance, about give and take, about emptying oneself. Have a good day, Joanne.
Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.